Hello everyone, we're having a beautiful day in Flagstaff, Arizona. I'm going to take a little ride here down Lake Mary Road, and I'd hope to bring up a little conversation about common misconceptions about motorcycles, risk management, and then ultimately some benefits of riding a motorcycle. Alright, let's get going. Well, hopefully this will be a good road because there's not a lot of traffic and the speed's pretty low. So, let's talk about common misconceptions. Well, I think you guys may say, or may think that I'm going to say that motorcycles are safe. That's true, they are safe. Now, riding a motorcycle is not safe when you compare it to a car. Now, whether that be because you're encaged in iron and steel that'll protect you when you get into an accident, all the way down to we have 4 contact patches when you're in a car and only 2 in a motorcycle, so less traction. So ultimately, yes, I agree with you. As a motorcycle rider, it is not as safe as a car to ride a motorcycle. However, what I'd like to talk to you about is risk management. So depending on the rider, that can either make or break how safe you are on a motorcycle. And now talking about safety, here's our sheriff right here. Wait, give him a nice little wave. He's on his phone. So let's talk about risk management. So there's usually 2 types of riders, and there's one that's a kind, conservative rider that everybody, no one really looks at. He just kind of rides along. And then there's the hooligan rider that you see on YouTube, and he's always climbing around, and he's basically making an ass out of himself and pretty much pissing off everyone else that's trying to get to work or whatnot. So, yes, being a hooligan and doing stunts and doing all that crazy stuff, that is how you make the worst out of already a bad situation. That is extremely dangerous. I don't condone any of that. What I do condone is those riders who are using motorcycles as their daily mode of transportation. Honest people just trying to have fun on their motorcycle and get to work or whatever they're doing. So this is where I get into the risk management route. So really, when it comes to risk management when riding a motorcycle, there's 2 key areas. The first of which is being your motorcycle. Now, all too often you see younger guys trying to get into the motorcycle game, and they're on a budget. We don't got a lot of money. We just kind of want to have fun with the little money that we got. Understandable. But either they go buy some POS junk off of Craigslist that is beaten down and totally unsafe, worn out tires, or then there's the guys that go and buy an entry-level motorcycle from the dealership. And there's problems with both of those. While it is a good idea to get a deal from Craigslist or something like that, it honestly puts you in more danger if you buy the lower the lower your budget is, the more danger you're in. Whether it be from, worn out tires or a worn out chain that can break and lock up your rear tire, or lights that aren't as bright, just whatever it may be. And then there's the guys who buy the cheaper motorcycles from a dealership. Now, one thing that I will always say is what makes or breaks your safety is what kind of safety options does your motorcycle have. And the number one that people do not buy when they're buying a motorcycle is ABS, anti-lock brakes. So, like most people, entry-level motorcycles, it's like $1,000 more to get ABS, but it's 1,000% worth it. Because if you go and lock up the brakes, someone cuts out in front of you, you don't know what's going on, that can save your life. And for me, I don't know if I'll put clips up here, but for me, I've had so many occasions to where people have just cut out in front of me, and it's like I had to slam on the brakes or else I would have hit them. And I've had friends that didn't have ABS, and they lock up their rear tire, the bike goes sliding, and boom, all of a sudden now they have an accident. So another thing that you can do with your bike to kind of lower your risk is having good tires, right? Once again, the lower your budget is, the higher your risk is. If you buy low, cheap tires that are completely crap and useless, then you're just asking for it. Like I said earlier, you only have, and everybody's passing me. Oh my God, this is like totally opposite. I'm trying to lower wind noise. When you have only 2 points of contact on the road, your tire and the only thing connecting your bike to the road is those tires, then that is like the most important point that you can put into your motorcycle, is having good tires. And now the second form of risk management involves yourself. What can you do to risk or to lower your risk? And one of them being is attending safety courses. I, as myself, taught several MSF classes on our Navy base to get people certified. And we have everything from entry level, never even rid a motorcycle, to advanced classes. And every one of these classes just talks about what you as a rider can do to lower your risk. That is the entire point of the class. Is some of it is, yes, skills development, but most of it is risk management. So you can attend a class, attend multiple classes, get some knowledge, get some mental skill going, and then you'll be safer on your ride. Another thing that you can do personally is have a mindset for safety. So what I mean by that is, like, compare it once again to the comparison of the stunt rider to the normal guy that's just trying to go on his commute, right? The mindset for the one hooligan is just trying to have fun and not have safety, where the normal guy is just trying to get to work and have a marginal bit of fun and then also be a little safe. So one important thing that we teach in our classes is the mindset of that you are entirely invisible. Now, I know you car drivers think that I understand that you're trying to make an attempt at, looking for motorcyclists, and you're trying to be aware, but it's just all too often people just only look for cars and that's it. And us little motorcycles we're just not in the mind frame of the people driving the cars. And I can admit to this, I have done this. You don't look in your mirrors, and if you don't see a car, then, oh, there's nothing there. And then you pull over and, oh, all of a sudden you got a motorcycle behind you. Oh, I must have cut him off on accident. So the main thing that motorcycles can do to lower the risk is act as if you were invisible. If you act as if you're invisible, and if no one can see you whatsoever, then you can predict every move that someone can pull on you, right? So never try to stay in people's blind spots. Always try to stay away from danger and get out of the dangerous zones as fast as possible. So that's just stuff that you can do to be safe. So, and I actually did an interview with my uncle that also lives here, named Alan Stone. Now, Alan, he has been riding motorcycles since he was 6 years old. Very similar to myself, but that's like 40 extra years on me that he's got on me. So, and I did an interview and I sat down with him and I talked to him, now break it down, Al. Let me hear what you think about motorcycle safety. And he honestly attests that it is a bad mixture between a motorcyclist's attitude and a car's ignorance, is what he said. So that's kind of going back to the whole idea of being invisible. So often cars aren't looking out, and motorcycles are just trying to get to where they're going, and they're not understanding that cars at any time could pull right in front of them and kill them. And he brought up a point that over a third of the accidents, the fatal accidents, around 1/3 of fatal accidents to motorcyclists involve blood alcohol content. They were basically drunk riding. All right, is what's going on, and they basically killed themselves for it. So, and another third of those were single vehicle incidents, meaning that there was no other cars, it was just a motorcycle and probably a curve, and the person was inexperienced, and they may have run wide, they may have low-sided, there was dirt in the road, whatever. And so most of the incidents that occur are actually something that a motorcyclist can avoid. So 1/3 is a bad mix, 1/3 is drinking, and another third is inexperience. And all of these can be avoided through risk management. So, and that kind of segues me into, okay, Garrett, what are the benefits of riding a motorcycle? Other than, just being able to accelerate like that's why I kind of wanted to go on this little, I managed my risk. I know everybody's calling me a hypocrite right now. I may have cut that out, I may have not, but if I didn't cut that out, it's just kind of the enjoyment factor. Like even little spurts like that in a totally safe environment, nothing crazy going on, no cars behind me, no cars in front of me, a couple bicyclists, right? But just that little bit, man, I'm happy right now. I got a smile on my face, no problem whatsoever. I'm in a nice place, a nice environment, even though it's kind of a little bit dead grass right now, but beautiful country, and there ain't nothing better than that. That is my benefit right there, is what I just showed you. But another benefit that I researched is actually, if you think about it, is the value for money that you're getting for a motorcycle. Like, that's why you see in, say, in Vietnam, right? You see all these people in scooters, and they don't own cars because cars are too expensive. But they own motorcycles because they can do anything that a car can do. Well, yes, it's dangerous, and a lot of them don't wear helmets, and they stack their entire lives on the back and whatnot. It's all craziness. But it's just, it's a if third world countries are using this because it's affordable. It's cheaper on gas, it's cheaper to maintain, it's cheaper to buy. You know, I mean, all these factors, I mean, it's a perfect economic vehicle. While it may not be perfect for every situation and every environment, it's once again, it's the most economic choice that you can choose without, say, riding a bike for 50 miles or whatnot. And hell no, are you going to catch me on a freaking bike? Hell no. I ain't about that exercise life. So, and then I actually did some more research, and I found a European, how should I phrase this? A European agency that is similar, a European agency that is similar to, say, the DMV or Arizona's Department of Transportation. They did research on the actual congestion in Europe, at London exactly, about motorcycles' effect on congestion. And they found that if 10% of riders or 10% of people switched from cars to motorcycles, it would reduce congestion, aka like traffic, by 40%. 40%! Imagine if you're on the 405 freeway and you could just wipe out 40% of the people. There would be no traffic. So one of the major benefits is definitely the loss, like your lack, if more people rode, there would be less congestion. Or like California, you can lane split, meaning that you can ride through the congestion. Now, it's not as safe as it would be if 10% of people started riding motorcycles. It's still an option. And then another thing this study found was that if motorcycles, when in congestion, they can reduce their size and their effect. Say if a semi got into a traffic, that's almost 3 cars, right? But if a motorcycle got stuck in traffic and there's 4 other motorcycles with them, they can all get closer together and resemble maybe less than 1 car. So that is where this European department agency, I should say, is getting their numbers from. So, and the last thing I want to talk about, which kind of brings me back to the first part of when I kind of gassed it back there, whatever, is just the meditation factor that is so hard to explain and just put into words. Because when I'm out here riding a motorcycle, like, all my stress, gone. All my worries, gone. You know what I mean? Every time I twist the throttle, it's like, bam, smile on my face, everything's good, not worried about nothing. Even though I am kind of still watching out for other vehicles and stuff, so I do have a level of worry. But still, it brings me to the fact that it's like similar to meditation, or like ask people why they do yoga that isn't for the physical, what, I don't even know why the hell people do yoga. That's a bad example. Don't do yoga. Well, do yoga if you want to do yoga. But it's just the meditational, spiritual value that riding a motorcycle provides that almost nothing else can. That's why when people are you know, the happiest commuters are motorcyclists, and I can attest to that. Even if I'm from Death Valley and it's 120 degrees outside, oh, you're always going to be catching me on my motorcycle because it's just so fun. It brings all the shittiness out of commuting, and it only leaves you the fun stuff. Well, yes, you still have to go through traffic, and that's a bummer, but it makes it just that much more enjoyable. So I hope I explained a little bit about, you know, risk management and how you're going to see all kinds of different riders out there, and how these riders, they each go about their own way to minimize the risk that they have. So that's why. And then also another point that I want to say, if you're driving a car, just, you know, watch out for people on motorcycles. I mean, just give it an extra look in your mirror, look over your head, you're good. You know what I mean? It's just be extra safe, because, you know, our lives are on the line, and we take that risk, and I'll take that risk every day of the week. But it's just that one extra check could have saved somebody's life, perhaps, you know. So I'm just going to end it on these good views here, and just hopefully all this came across well and you guys enjoyed it. I think this is probably going to be like a 20-minute video, so I apologize in advance. But I hope this was kind of enlightening. I changed some minds. Maybe I didn't. That's okay. I totally understand. But I just kind of wanted to bring out, listen, not all riding, okay, as I'm literally not putting my hands on the bars. See, the shit like this, people, this is not safe. Now, it's kind of safe because of centripetal force, but nonetheless, it's not that safe. So, I hope okay, here we go, sidetracked once again. You're live with Garrett over here. I hope you see that, you know, motorcycles themselves are not dangerous whatsoever. It's how you ride them and the mindset that you go into when you put your leg over the bike. That in itself is the entirety of the risk that you take on. So yes, you can wear good gear and stuff like that to save you if you're in an accident. But I think more importantly, or what is more important, is your mindset and your risk management to reduce your likelihood of getting into a motorcycle accident. So I hope you all liked the video. Remember to drive safe, don't drive drunk, and we had a good one. Thank you. Should I wheelie or should I not wheelie? Nope, risk management. Just kidding, I'm just kidding. It's under the speed limit. Look at the speedo. Settle down, everybody. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Alright, I'm gonna cut it here. Cut it here. Cut it here.